Have you ever stood before a door that just wouldn't budge? You've poured out your prayers, pushed with everything you've got, shed rivers of tears, and begged for even the smallest sign from above. But all that comes back is silence, a deep echoing quiet that makes you wonder, has Allah turned away from me? What if I told you that's not the case at all? What if every delay, every heartbreak, every no is actually His gentle way of getting you ready for something bigger than you could imagine? Sometimes the doors that stay shut are the ones saving you from what you're not prepared to face yet. Ibn Arabi, the great Sufi mystic, once said, "When the real hides himself from you, it's only to reveal himself in a way your heart can truly understand." Maybe those closed doors aren't blocking you. They're quietly opening a hidden one deep inside, leading not to the world, but straight to Him. And once you glimpse that, you can't look away. This isn't just a story. It's the map to your soul's quiet revolution. Let's walk it together. We all hit those moments when life feels frozen. You've prayed your heart out, made your plans, tried every possible way forward, but nothing shifts. The silence grows louder, and doubt creeps in like a shadow. Maybe Allah has forgotten me. But Ibn Arabi teaches us something profound. The door that's closed to you isn't locked from His side. It's a reflection of where you are inside. What looks like a dead end isn't punishment. It's a message wrapped in mystery. Every weight, every roadblock, every unanswered dua holds a deeper purpose. Sometimes Allah doesn't open the door because He wants you to discover who you really are first. The strength, the faith, the version of you ready for what's next. The world isn't ignoring you. It's waiting for your heart to listen. The real question isn't, why won't this open for me? It's, am I approaching it with trust or just frustration? When you knock with surrender instead of force, with faith over fear, that same stubborn door starts to give way. It's not about pushing harder. It's about lining up your heart with His will. And when that happens, even the impossible feels possible. On the Sufi path, doors aren't just physical, they're moments in your inner journey. Every missed chance, every tough time, every letdown is like a mirror showing you your heart's true state. If your heart is full of worry, ego, or resistance, you'll see walls everywhere. But when you let go, when you humbly accept Allah's plan, those walls start to fade. Ibn Arabi reminds us that what feels impossible isn't a limit of the world. It's a limit in how we see it. Life mirrors what's inside you. If you're always fighting, everything fights back. But when you truly surrender, doors that seemed stuck unlock on their own. The key isn't out there in luck or other people. It's right here in your awareness, your trust, your letting go. Once you get that, life stops feeling like a puzzle and turns into a conversation with your Creator. Ibn Arabi called this faith the divine opening. It's where your effort meets His grace. You can spend years forcing things, chasing plans that don't fit, but nothing moves until your heart learns to trust His timing. And here's the beauty. His be isn't random. It's invited by a heart that's ready to flow with it. When everything aligns, your will with His, the world starts working with you. The impossible becomes natural. People, opportunities, even timing fall into place like they're guided by an invisible hand. This is the power of that opening. When you stop chasing and start becoming, life bends to help you grow. You don't force the doors. You prepare for them. And when they open, not with a bang, but quietly, you realize the real gift was the change inside you all along. Then there are times when the whole path you knew just disappears. The plans you built come crashing down. The certainty you clung to crumbles, and ahead is nothing but fog. You look around and it's all silence. It feels like Allah has pulled back, like the guidance that once lit your way is gone. But this isn't Him leaving you. It's an invitation to something deeper. Ibn Arabi put it simply, when you stop searching for the door outside, you find it inside yourself. That's the secret of the lost path. When Allah hides the way ahead, it's not to confuse you. It's to wake up the part of you that trusts without proof. The part that keeps walking even when the ground vanishes under your feet. We hold so tight to our own maps, our logic, our control, thinking we know best. But sometimes He takes them away, not to hurt us, but to free us. Your plan might be safe, but His is infinite. You can't step into it while gripping yours so hard. When it all falls apart, it's because something inside is ready to come together. That silence you fear, it's where real clarity is born. In the middle of the confusion, a quiet voice starts speaking, not from outside, but from your core. It says, "Trust me." If you listen, you'll see the darkness wasn't empty. It was space for light to grow. Ibn Arabi taught that true seekers learn to walk by faith's light, not what they can see. Real tawakkul, trust, isn't easy when life is smooth. It's built when everything else fails, and all you have left is Him. When your mind says no way out, your heart whispers, but He is Al-Fatah, the one who opens every path. So when the road fades, don't panic. Don't beg for the old one back. Just pause, breathe. The one who hid it wrote your story before time began. You're not lost. You're being guided somewhere better, not punished, but prepared. The storm clears out what's holding you back, making room for a view you never dreamed of. The great souls, the ones who walked closest to Allah, went through this too. They faced empty paths and silent nights, but they didn't quit. They learned that the way isn't found by pushing, it's revealed when you let go. And when they did, the path lit up under their steps like a road of stars. If you're in that spot right now, life's stuck, everything's slipping, hold this. The end of your old path isn't your ending. It's the start of flying. Allah takes the ground so you can use the wings He gave you. You thought walking was enough. He always saw you soaring. Every soul's journey starts with a deep ache, a longing that pulls you toward Allah. At first, we chase, begging for the doors we think we need, measuring our faith by quick answers. But Ibn Arabi shows us the real adventure begins in the waiting. Delay isn't rejection, it's a quiet transformation. Allah doesn't say no to what's truly yours. He says not yet, until you're strong enough to hold it. There are seasons when life stands still. No matter what you do, nothing budges. Prayers hang in the air, the world feels quiet, your heart gets heavy. But these aren't lost time. They're the workshop where He shapes you. The silence burns away your rush, softens your pride, strengthens your trust. You're not being tested to break. You're being polished to shine. Every challenge, every closed door is Him saying, hold on, I'm preparing something greater. Change doesn't come easy. A seed has to crack open to grow. A heart has to break to let the light out. Ibn Arabi saw pain as a teacher for seekers. It clears out what's fake, so only truth stays. Those doors you chased, they weren't the point. The real work was happening inside while you waited. You start to see Allah wasn't late. He was syncing you with His perfect time. That's the gift of sabr. Patience isn't just hanging on. It's knowing every second has a reason, even when it hurts. The seeker who gets this stops asking, when will this end? And starts wondering, what is Allah showing me? That shift changes it all. What broke you starts building you. The pain that blinded you opens your eyes, and bit by bit, you walk out different, not the same person who walked in. This inner shift happens in the quiet places, alone at night when no one sees your tears, in the doubts you push through with a simple Alhamdulillah. Those hidden fights change you most. Every tear plants a seed of light in your heart. Over time it grows. Your words get kinder, your heart bigger, your faith deeper. You see the world less as a fight to win and more as a lesson to learn. Then one day you notice the door that fought you now opens easy. The problem that scared you feels small. The wants that controlled you lose their grip. Why? You changed. The world didn't. Your heart did. And when your heart rises, life rearranges around it. Ibn Arabi said, the real reveals himself to the level of your heart's readiness. In simple terms, Allah matches your outer world to your inner one. Grow inside and everything outside starts to flow with grace, not struggle. You stop pulling chaos. You draw peace. You stop holding tight. You trust. And in that trust, new doors appear, not forced, but gifted. The transformed seeker doesn't just wait anymore. They become a door for others. Their patience lights the way for the lost. Their quiet shares wisdom with the noisy. They see Allah's plan wasn't about getting what they wanted. It was about turning them into a reflection of His mercy. Change isn't a one-time thing. It's a lifelong unfolding. Every step preps you for more. Even if it feels like nothing's happening now, remember, gold doesn't shine in the fire, but that's where it gets pure. You're in that fire, but not forever. Soon it'll show your true glow. So be patient with who you're becoming. Every shut door, every pause, every test isn't stopping you, it's shaping you. Allah isn't holding back, He's crafting you. When you finally reach the right door, you won't knock in desperation. You'll knock with peace, with knowing. If He wills it, it opens. And when it does, you'll look back and see the door wasn't the miracle. You were. Most of us spend life chasing control, planning every step, fighting the unknown, tying our calm to how steady things feel. But Ibn Arabi's way, the seeker's path, is the opposite. It's not about holding on, it's about letting go. The more you dive in, the clearer it gets. You were never meant to drive. You were meant to trust the one who does. Surrender isn't giving up, it's real strength. The strength to drop the fake control and rest in Allah's flow. When you do, life stops being a war and becomes a talk with Him. Delays turn into lessons, losses into guides, hard times into growth. Pain finds meaning, confusion clears up. Ibn Arabi said, whoever knows himself knows his Lord. The less you grab at control, the more you see how perfect His plan is, even the messy parts. What felt random starts feeling meant. What hurt starts feeling like part of a bigger, wiser story. But saying surrender is easy. Living it is tough. It means stopping the fight against His plan, even when it upends yours. His no isn't rejection. It's a better yes somewhere else. Your ego hates that because it loves being in charge, shaping things to feel important. But ego leads to burnout. Surrender brings peace. It doesn't kill your drive, it cleans it. You still work hard, dream big, make moves. But now it's from trust, not stress. You act without forcing, plan without ego, and hand the results to him. That's tawakkul at its best. Do your part, then know it's his call. When that sinks in, you're unstoppable. Not by pushing the world, but by moving with it. Surrender makes you lighter. You stop fearing the next thing because you trust who's next. Storms hit, but you stay steady, saying, I know who sent this. That calm, it's surrender's reward. Ibn Arabi taught that full surrender opens a special connection between you and Allah, like stepping into his friendship. You stop seeing yourself as separate. Every part of life, highs, lows, wins, losses, feels like him working through you. You shift from why me to what are you showing me? And suddenly you flow with life, not against it, gentle, grounded, awake. There's a turning point for every seeker. After years of asking for what you want, one day you just say, Ya Allah, whatever you choose is enough. That's when freedom hits. The doors you chased start opening, not because you demanded them, but because you released them. When your heart lines up with his, the hard stuff gets easy. Surrender's secret. Stop running after what you think you need, and what you really need finds you. Stop arguing with the story and its beauty shows up. Stop forcing the door and it swings wide. Because when you surrender, you've already made it home. Surrender doesn't fix everything overnight. It makes it holy. You spot purpose in the chaos, light in the pain. You get it. Allah wasn't against you. He was leading you closer to him. The hard times weren't to break you. They were to bring you back. So let go, not from fear, but from faith. Not because you're worn out, but because you see control was never yours. The true wonder isn't doors opening. It's becoming the person no door can keep shut. Your prayers change too. You stop saying, open this for me. You say, open me to you. And in that heart shift, the biggest truth hits. The door you've knocked on forever wasn't out there. It was inside, waiting for you to turn the key with surrender. Not everyone gets to full surrender. Some knock once, hear nothing, and walk off. Others push until they're empty. But a few, the real ones, keep going even when the path blanks out. They trust when everything's quiet. They're not picked because they're perfect or doubt-free. They're chosen because in their darkest spots, they still believe the light's coming. They pray when their heart's dry. They show up when it makes no sense. They whisper, Ya Allah, even when it's hard to speak. It's not their power, it's love. The kind that won't quit on the one who never quit on them. Ibn Arabi said the divine hides in the heart of your search itself. So if you're seeking, aching, calling out, that's your sign. Allah doesn't call every heart this deep. If yours feels restless, if nothing here fills it, know this. You're invited. Your struggles aren't accidents. They're the beloved knocking back. The chosen aren't flashy, no crowns or crowds. They walk quiet, carrying quiet strength from fires and deserts they've crossed. They've lost big, cried alone, stood when others fell. Their hearts broke, but they handed the pieces to Allah. This is yours too. And He rebuilt them, not the old way, but the right way. Scars turn to stories of faith, wounds to windows of wisdom. Being chosen isn't about success, it's about change inside. When Allah picks you, He clears out the fake stuff, people, plans, comforts, until it's just Him. In that empty space you see clear. What you lost wasn't yours to keep. What you feared losing wasn't needed. Real richness was him holding you the whole time. The chosen know every hurt was mercy in disguise. Breaks led to prayer. Rejections made space for his yes. They don't hate their tests anymore, they thank them. Each one carved room in their heart for his light, and once it's there, it stays. Over time they change. They skip the world's chase, finding peace in simple things, joy in being close to him. They talk less, but their presence calms. They don't fight because they've seen truths words can't touch. They don't need spotlight because they've found what's better. They live low-key, but up there their names are known. Look at them and you might miss it, but inside, oceans that touch the divine. Their eyes are soft from seeing hard things and choosing kindness. Their hearts are wide from forgiving without waiting for sorry. And their prayers, they move worlds. Because when the chosen pray, it's not just words, it's surrender calling to the one already inside. Ibn Arabi said the lover and beloved are one in truth, even if they seem two. That's the end game only they find. You don't seek him, he was seeking himself through you. Every step, hurt, win, loss, his way of dancing you home. The chosen don't arrive, they wake up to what was always true. You're never apart. If this stirs something in you now, if your heart softens, if tears well up, it's no accident. You're being called. You're one who remembers what so many forget. Allah's closer than your breath. Every shut door, silent night, unanswered call wasn't pushing you away. It was pulling you in. You weren't lost. You were led. Not rejected, refined. And now at that door that once felt impossible, Ibn Arabi's wisdom clicks. It doesn't open from outside. It opens from the heart for those ready to see. So the seeker finally gets it. It was never about the world's doors. It was about the one inside. Every no, every wait, every ache, not a block, a bridge. Because Allah never forgets. He just waits long enough for you to learn. Love, patience, surrender, they were the keys from the start. Those doors you begged for, they stayed shut not to hurt, but to heal you. Stop fighting his time. Stop making his plan yours and watch. Every closure was just a turn towards something divine. When life freezes, when silence weighs heavy and your heart hurts, remember, he's not far. He's in your heartbeat, moving things you can't see. One day, without warning, the door swings open. Not because you broke it down, but because you became the one meant to walk through. And that's when you know, the opening was never the miracle. The miracle was you, changed, ready, alive. Ya Fatah, open our hearts to you now and always.